Okay. All right. Here we go. What am I doing? Radishes. Radishes. Spring. So radishes are one of those things that I never really knew how to use. There are certain vegetables that I just never had in my lexicon, in my arsenal for making stuff. But one of my favorite books by Joshua McFadden goes into really great detail about how to use all these vegetables, when the right time to use these vegetables are, and make me fall in love with radishes. So I'm going to share one of those recipes. I think it's a guaranteed hit. I've had people who don't like radishes try this and become radish lovers. That's the t-shirt, radish lover. But we're just going to get right into it because they were on sale and I love me a deal. So, radishes. First thing we're going to do is we're going to give these a little rinse, and I'm actually going to try and use the leafy greens and see if that works. So that's going to be a first for me, but I'm excited. So here we go. Alright, because we're going to be saving the greens, one of the first things I'm going to do is just get a bowl of cold water. We'll set that to the side. This is where our leafy greens from the stems are going to go. Get a little wash area ready. We want to leave things with a little bit of the green on top. So we'll just go through and get rid of these. Now we've got all of our radishes. Some of them are split, some of them are a little cracked or, you know, ugly looking. That's totally okay because we're going to cut these anyway. Same with our greens, with our leaf tops. We don't need them to look perfect because they're going to be wilted by the end of this. So as long as they are looking healthy, that's all we really care about. Now we'll give these radishes a quick rinse. We'll let these sit and drain for just a moment, and while we do that, we'll rinse our greens as well. Nice and clean, and now we'll just wrap these up in a towel to let them dry for a bit. For drying up greens and things like that, I like using reusable rags specifically for the kitchen. Sometimes you gotta use a paper towel, I get it, but when you can find ways to not contribute to unsustainable waste, I try and lean towards that direction. So, very easy, just dump it out. And then we just put another one just right on top. Gently press down just to absorb the last of it. Something else I like to do is I like to roll it up. Help get more surface area to dry off. All of that good stuff. And then you can give it a little gentle shake if you feel like it. Now that we've got our greens drying off to the side, we've got our radishes that we're just going to cut in half and prep for our lovely little roasting. Just look at that gorgeous color though. I'm a huge fan of putting colorful things on my plate, and these look beautiful. Very easy for these. We're just going to make a quick cut right at the end, and then all the way through the center until we have a nice little half. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Put that on our burner. Turn that on to like a medium heat. And while we let that heat, we're also going to let our oven heat to about 385. Add just a little bit of olive oil. And then we're just going to take all of our radishes and put them face down on this. After a few minutes where the color starts lightening up a little bit, we're going to just go ahead and pop that into our preheated oven and let that go for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're just going to take our glove, pull these out. Look at that beautiful purple color there. And now we just add in some of our greens. Let's take a handful of those. And back in it goes for another 5 or so minutes. Oh yeah. So we're gonna put this back onto a low heat. But what we're going to add are our seasonings and a little vinegar. So all this needs is just a little bit of black pepper, some salt. I'm using a Maldon, not sponsored, would love to be. And we're gonna add a handful of chili flakes, just to add a little bit of heat. And then we finish it up with just some honey. Just a light drizzle over the top. And then finally we're just gonna add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Put that right in the center there. Now that we've got this nice golden crust on the bottom, we're gonna add in a little more honey and our vinegar. About 2 tablespoons each. We'll turn the heat off, let that cool, and that's ready to go. Oh, it's so soft and tender. Oh man. Roasting them and then adding the vinegar and the honey, it really cuts into the spiciness of radishes when they're raw. And they're just so soft and tender. And a little sweet with a little zing to it. I'm gonna go devour this. If you end up making this at home, please let me know. I really want to see what people think of this. Again, Joshua McFadden's book. It's where I got this from. So good. And the next one I'm gonna be making is beets. For those of you who may not like beets, let's see if we can't change your mind on that. So good.